The silent deadly threat, the blue-ringed octopus. While giant octopuses pose a physical danger through strength and suffocation, the most terrifying encounters on a biological level involve the tiny blue-ringed octopus, Hapaloclena. Fishermen in the Indo-Pacific or Australia occasionally pull up crab pots or nets and accidentally touch a blue-ringed octopus hidden inside a shell or debris. The danger. Its bite is completely painless, but its does. On August 6, 1945, Tsutomu Yamaguchi was in Hiroshima on a business trip when the first atomic bomb detonated just 2 miles away, leaving him badly burned. He spent the night in a shelter and traveled back to his hometown for medical treatment. That town was Nagasaki. On August 9th, while explaining the Hiroshima blast to his boss, the second atomic bomb detonated overhead. Yamaguchi survived both nuclear blasts and lived to be 96 years old. In 1972, flight attendant Vesna Vulovic was aboard Jet Flight 367 when a bomb exploded on board at 33,330 feet, 10,000 meters. Pinned inside a section of the fuselage by a food cart, she plummeted over 6 miles into a snow-covered mountain slope. She suffered fractured vertebrae, broken legs, and a fractured skull, yet she beat the 0% survival odds, becoming the world record holder for surviving the highest fall without a parachute. When a Nazi U-boat torpedoed his merchant ship in 1942, Chinese sailor Poon Lim scrambled onto a small wooden life raft in the Atlantic Ocean. He caught sharks with a makeshift wire nail hook, drank bird blood, and weathered fierce ocean storms completely alone. He survived an astounding 133 days on the raft before Brazilian fishermen finally rescued him near the Amazon coast. In 1848, railroad worker Phineas Gage was tamping gunpowder when an accidental detonation launched a 3-foot-long, 13-pound iron tamping rod straight through his left cheek, piercing his brain and exiting the top of his skull. Not only did Gage survive the impalement, but he stood up minutes later and walked to a doctor's cart. In 1985, climber Joe Simpson broke his leg near the summit of Ciudad Grande in Peru. His climbing partner tried lowering him down by rope in a blizzard, but Joe slipped over a cliff, hanging suspended in midair. Forced to cut the rope to save his own life, his partner thought Joe was dead. Instead, Joe survived a 150-foot fall into a dark crevasse and crawled 3 miles back to camp across glaciers on a broken leg. The odds of being struck by lightning in a lifetime are roughly 1 in 15,000. Virginia Park Ranger Roy Sullivan was struck 7 separate times between 1942 and 1977. He lost toenails, had his hair set on fire, and suffered burns on his shoulders and legs, yet he survived every single strike, earning him an official entry in the Guinness World Records. In 2013, the tugboat Jascon 4 capsized in heavy seas off the coast of Nigeria, sinking 100 feet to the pitch-black ocean floor. Cook Harrison O'Keene was trapped inside in his underwear. While his crewmates tragically perished, Harrison found a tiny 4-foot air bubble inside a toilet cabin. He survived in pitch darkness, freezing water, and crushing atmospheric pressure for 60 hours until deep-sea divers found him alive. In 1971, 17-year-old Julianne Kopske was aboard Lanza Flight 508 when a lightning strike shattered the plane 10,000 feet over the Peruvian rainforest. Still strapped into her seat, she plunged nearly 2 miles down into the dense Amazon jungle canopy. Miraculously, the thick foliage broke her fall. With a broken collarbone and severe cuts, she waded through crocodile-infested rivers for 11 days before finding rescue. Math tells us that some odds are virtually impossible, 1 in a million, 1 in a billion. Yet throughout history, a rare group of individuals encountered catastrophes that guaranteed certain death and somehow walked away with barely a scratch. From falling 6 miles out of the sky without a parachute to being struck by lightning 7 times, today we are counting down the top